Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Rakakadah. Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of you left out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to entitle this video, Our Woman and Our Family Structure is Completely Out of Order. Okay, so I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I do, however, have a precept I want to read. This is in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verses 10 to the end, which is 24 verses. The chapter is 24 verses long. I'm not going to read it quite yet. If you've been keeping up with the media, so-called black media, YouTube, whatever, these different platforms, you know, this is like a trending. This is Tiana Taylor denies trying to jail Iman Shumpert, which he played for the NBA. So there's a big mess, divorce. You know, they have children, and she's getting like the lion's share of the things that he put into play. The houses, the cars, and she makes her own money. She's a rapper / model, actress, beautiful woman, as you can see. So basically they're trashing her because and it's a fucked up, no matter whichever way you want to cut it, you know, chop it up. And you know, the Jake man cannot just get along with the Jake woman, or the Jake woman can't get along with the Jake man. You know, you go into marriages of these, you know, famous Jakes, athletes, actors. If they get married to an Edomite woman or even a Latin tribe woman, them relationships last. They grow old together for the most part. Look at Eddie Murphy with his current wife, which is, she appears to be an Edomite. She could be a Jake from Australia. Remember, the Australians are from Ireland. They were banished from Great Britain to Ireland, so a lot of them were Irish. So a lot of these Australians are Jake, but they look like Edomites. And a lot of these Jake men that get with Edomite women, a lot of them are actually Jakes. Some of them are Edomites. But they have children and they're happily ever after. They live happily ever after. You know, they grow old together. You know, when Richard Pryor was pretty much ready to die, out of all the wives that he had, the one that came back and cared for him was the Edomite. The Jake woman didn't give a fuck about him. They said, well, how much money am I going to get off for this nigga? The Edomite wife went and cleaned his shit, you know, wiped his mouth, fed him. So, I mean, what's going on here, man? And it's not just the fault of the Jake woman, even though she's completely out of order, but it's the fault of the Jake man. You know, how many households do you know among Jake? When I say Jake, I'm talking about mainly Judah, not even Benjamin Levi, but Judah, the so-called Negro. You go to the house, there's a sister there, she's maybe in her 30s, 35, no man in the house. Probably have children from multiple different men, maybe 5 children from 3 different men, completely out of order. And that's part of the curses. So now she's saying, because they're putting it out there that she wants him locked up for this, that, and the third. And she's saying that that's not true. And they twisting my words and this, that, and the third. So, you know, but hey, bottom line is the Jake woman. I look at the Jake woman, and first of all, most of the majority of the time, when you see a Jake woman, you think it's a dude. They wear sweatpants, sweatshirts, hoodies. They don't walk feminine. You see these other nations, these Latin women, they walk feminine, man. You see the Edomite women, they feminine. The Moabite, these women are all feminine, man. Then you wonder why we here at GMS say you can go ahead and get you an Edomite. When I say that, you know, you're going to have a lot of women that look like Edomites, but are actually Jake. You know, Irish women, got Latin women that look like Edomites. You got Italian women that look like Edomites. You know? But a lot of them go back to Jake, Scottish women. But like I said, I didn't set up nothing. There's precepts in my mind, but I was going through the precepts, and there's one precept I just wanted to read. Like I said, Wisdom of Solomon. But anyway, this video, let me come over here. So I was listening to some of this. Okay, you know what, let me subscribe to this individual right here. The Black family, which is Judah, because Benjamin, that family union is there more so than Jake. Same thing with Levi. I grew up around Benjamin. I have Benjaminite friends and Levite friends. And there's all, you go to the house, the father and the mother's, their father's working. I'm talking about back when I was younger. The father be working and he's driving bus, or he's a mechanic or plumber or something like that. Then he comes home. The wife is there cooking. They don't normally have, you know, multiple children. It's, you know, there's 3-4 children. They're all from the same father. Father, of course, and the mother, obviously. But now it's kind of changed because you got a lot of Levites that are Americanized. They act like Jake and Benjamin that are Americanized, you know. And a lot of these people that you think are Jake are actually Benjamin and Levi. Ghanaian, Nigerian, Senegalese. And did you know that Malcolm X's father was a Senegalese? So according to that, Senegalese are Hamites. So Malcolm X would be a Hamite. This guy, Michael Jai White, he's Ghanaian. He acts just like a Jake because he is a Jake. Because he had a lot of Jakes that lived in West. They didn't get all the Jakes and put them into slavery, pull them over here to America. But anyway, it says the black family is in crisis. Marriage rate down to 34%. So, you know, 1 out of 3 family units consists of a man and a woman. The coffee pot. So I'm gonna let me do this. Let me mute this. And this is an individual. He's going into Jake. He looked like an Edomite, but I don't know. He got to be a Jake. He talking about, you know, the problem with Jake. The number one challenge in the black community is what is it? I guess it's whatever crisis of the black family marriage in our community and our culture. He says our culture. So he's Jake passing for. He looked like an Edomite, but Jake passing for white, I would say. So let me go ahead and let it you know what, let me do this. Okay, it is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth. Quick statistics: for 350 years, household median income was dominated by white people. 350 years. So we're talking, it's 2025, 1925, 1825, 1725. So we're going back to like the 1600s. Esau, you know, they have the perfect marriage and this, that, and the third. Let's go on. White people, they were number one in this country. They no longer are number one. They're number three, and there's a reason. And I already knew what groups he was going to mention before he mentioned it. Okay, so keeping a family is the money that comes in. Most of your separations is because of money issues. Reason for it. So who has the highest household median wealth? And that's wealth between the man and the woman. Like the Huxtables. They brought it, Dr. Huxtable and his wife was a lawyer, so they bringing in big dollars. Okay, household median wealth in America, it's East Indians, right? East Indians stay together at 104,000. That's 6 figures a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. So out of 10 Indian couples, more than 9 of them, so we're talking 9.5 of them, damn near 100%, they stay together. Let's stay together. Those are big numbers. That's a big number right there. If you round it off to 100%, you run into 20 Indian people, pretty much 19 of them are part of a family unit. Working whose numbers too so interesting. Chinese, Asians, which I knew before he said it, East Indians and Chinese. Household median income is $110,000 a year, meaning like if the woman work and the man work, or the man just works and the woman stays home. A year marriage rate close to 70%. Those are big numbers. 7 out of 10, you run into 10 Chinese family, traditional Chinese family. Seven of them are married and together. Number 3 are white people, so the number's going down. Household median. Okay, wow. 888,000 a year. Wow. So we're talking almost $1 million. Talking a few dollars, to be exact, 90. We're talking like 10,000, no, 12,000 shy of $1 million a year. Let's round it off to $1 million. Half of $1 million is 500,000. Half of 500,000 is 250,000. 250,000 divided by 3 is what is it? 8,000. 8 and 8 and 8. Yeah, we're talking more than 8,000 a month, which is 2,000 a week. That's your gross. So they're doing pretty good, but they're suffering too. Okay, marriage rate is 50%. You run into 10 Edomite, so-called, half of them are married. Wow, that's interesting. By the way, this is Dr. George C. Frazier. And a quick question for you? Did you guys expect that those stats when it came to medium family income portions? I think about these things. This is fair use. Once in a while, especially someone who does love this country and the opportunity I've been awarded, especially as a man who's married, has a family, and don't plan on leaving this country. This is him speaking, obviously. Plan to have children. I think about this often. Let's keep listening down significantly. I'm sorry, let me bring this back. Down significantly. Number 4 are Hispanics. Hispanics 60,000. So we're talking, they gross about a little bit more than 1,000 a week. Not a lot, you can live in the hood, whatever. Compared to, we're talking about Esau makes 10x. Hispanics, households, immediate income. And I know for a fact, Hispanics numbers, let's listen to the marriage numbers, rate close to 70%. That's good. So 10 out of 10 Hispanic relationships, 7 of them are going to stay together. So that number's pretty good. Not as high as among the Indians. And the Indians, their culture is a husband is first. That's why I see the marriage rate with Jake or couples, common law marriage. The problem is the sisters, because they don't want to be in line. There's an order that's in the scripture, and all these black women claim they're Christians, right? I'm a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. Well, what does the scripture? What did Paul say concerning the family unit? He said the man is first, you're second, and then come the children, and then Yahushua above him, and then Yahweh above him. So you go to church every Sunday, and you go to church. And you don't cook breakfast because you got to go to church, so you don't tend to your husband. So that's one of the main reasons why the black family, the so-called Israelite family, Judite family is completely out of control because of you goddamn women. I guarantee you, an Indian man has the last word. They have the last word. The woman is not going to argue with the Indian man. Same thing go with Moab. So it's you black women's fault. And like I said, or did I say it to myself as I'm thinking about it? You check out these women, these young girls, these little junior high school girls, these little high school girls among Jake. They dress like fucking like they're going to the gym. They're wearing sweatshirts. They're wearing hoodies. There's nothing feminine about them, for the most part. You see these Latina women. You see the Edomite women. The Edomite women, you look at these Edomite women, man. They dress, they take care of themselves. They go to the gym, they work out. They eat the right foods. But you got these black women. The motherfuckers looking like what's this guy from the Odd Couple? Felix Unger and what's this guy? I forget the character's name. But you got the Felix Unger character, and then you got the Klugman. What was his name? Anyway, he was real all sloppy. He was a small hat, man. That's a lot of y'all dress and look like that. So somebody help me out. What's the Felix Unger and I forget the other guy's name. But a lot of you sisters are just not feminine, and if you are feminine, you're overly sexualized. Like our women in the hip hop industry, you're overly sexualized. What's this chick, Doechii? She's in the. If you watched the Grammys, I believe it was the Grammys, and she did a performance, great performance, and they had the dancers, half of them were men, other half were women, but you had some of the men that were wearing actually dresses. If you look at that whole thing, and she had made a statement. She said something to the effect of, "What man do I don't trust?" She said, "I don't trust straight men," meaning she trusts, happy men. Now, when she did her performance, she got down to her, her top and her panties, and she's shaking her little ass, little dark skinned little ass. And that's that over, Megan Thee Stallion. First of all, a stallion is a male horse. There's a video with what's her name, Ma, young Ma, whatever. She almost died, and she's talking about experience. And you, if you didn't know better, you thinking that's like a Puerto Rican dude, tatted up, talking like a dude, completely out of order. Then you wonder why GMS said we're going to get Edomite women. Because the choices that you have among Jake women, she either dressed like Oscar Madison, Oscar, the odd couple, Felix Unger and Oscar Madison. She dressing like Oscar and shit. Got the baseball cap to the back. He got a cigar in his mouth. He might wear a sweatshirt. His house is a fucking mess, And don't tell me that's not true. No, that is fucking true. Okay. And then you see a lot of these young little black little girls, they're 11 and 12 years old. They're happy. They're part of that alphabet thing. They openly walk around with it. Nobody says nothing. None of you guys. Hey, Tazariak never says nothing. He'll say, "See, GMS go around saying you can sleep with white women," but you never said nothing about these young little black girls walking hand in hand at 11 years old. They're those people. You can't even say that fucking word, man, because this devil protects this motherfucker, this system. That's the fornication in Revelation chapter 17. So let's move on. It says we are at the bottom. Also, median income $55,000 a year, which are grossing less than $1,000, and that's a man and a woman. They're both working. That's why you live in the hood. Marriage rate 34%. 34%. So out of 10 couples, 3 of them, kind of work it out. You come into the relationship, she already got two children. Most of y'all, the majority of y'all, do not work it out. It says a year of marriage, 34%, and projected, we looked that word up, based on facts and statistics, that if we do not fix this, because white folks ain't fixing this right, marriage rate will be in the low. Ooh, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. And it really goes, the majority of them breakups is because of money. You ain't bringing in enough money, and I'm not gonna work. And they want things. They want whatever. You Negro woman. You get your kids. You got a 2-year-old son. You're gonna get them Jordans that that you might spend $100 on. or whatever the case may be. Next month, the kid feet grew, so you got to get rid of them sneakers. You might give them to the neighbors, or you might throw them out. You get all this designer shit for your daughters and your sons that they don't even know what the fuck they're wearing, man. It's called Ghetto Fabulous. Ghetto Fabulous. So if a dude, let's say he's a diesel mechanic, he making decent money, but you live beyond your means. So whatever money you make, why do you think Jake in the NBA, the majority of them go broke? They retire 100 million plus, and in about 5 years they're working for Wendy's. Cause y'all are all fucked up, man. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So anyway, let me read, and this is by design. This is what the media does. Our women, you do everything based upon you're a bunch of zombies. You're a bunch of dummies. You're a bunch of fucking airheads. Hey, the scriptures speak about a light woman, right? Let me see if I can find that. I believe if you put in the word light woman, let's see if it comes up. Give me a second. What the hell? Bear with me for a minute. The hell you give me this for? Let me X that out. Okay, came up. I knew it was Ecclesiastes because I didn't know what chapter verse. Hast thou a wife after thy mind, the one that thinks like you? You're on the same page. You got a lot of things in common. Forsake her not. You got a woman that's in common. You work together as a couple. It says, forsake her not. But give not thyself over to a light woman. It ain't talking about get you a heavyset woman. It's talking about an airhead. She's shallow, She ain't got nothing really going for herself. She has a low self-esteem. That's why she wants designer shit to make her feel better. Anyway, that's all I wanted out of that. So now let me go to, and this is part of the design. See, as long as there's no order pursuant to what the Apostle Paul said, matter of fact, let me go to that. Let me go to that in an NLT. What is that? 1 Corinthians 11. Okay, so I want this in the NLT. Let me just read it real quick in the KJV. But I would have you to know that the head of every man is the Messiah, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the Messiah is God. So this right here, this one precept kills this Christianity stuff about the Messiah is also the Father. And you keep having this, you Israelites keep having these arguments with these Christians. I wouldn't have that argument. It's a stupid argument because Christians are saying, nope, the Son and the Father and the Holy Spirit are the Son, and it's a mysterious thing. We don't know what. Yeah, you say that because in Christianity, that's what they teach you, and because you don't have your own fucking brain. I don't want to have nothing to do with Christianity. I don't want to have nothing to do with Christianity for about a week. That's an inside joke. If you know what I'm talking about, you're good. So now, let's read that, and this is why the so-called black Judite community is completely out of order. And them Levite, they look down on you. Benjamin, I know this for a fact. You got a Benjamin a couple. They got a daughter. The daughter brings home a Jake. The parents is cursing her out. You know, y'all know you'll not bring no Yankee boy up in this. You know. So let me go. So we hear it NLT. Let's see what the NLT says. But there is one thing I want you to know. The head of every man is the Messiah. The head of the woman is the man, and the head of the Messiah is the Most High. Okay, they pretty much the same thing. Let me come back over here. Where is that? That's in it's either Isaiah or Jeremiah. Let's see what comes up. Yep, Jeremiah. Jeremiah 31:22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Daughter meaning Israelites, men and women. For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So you got a lot of these women, Jake women. They go. Their thing is about education and getting a real job. So they study, they go to college, they get these degrees, and they get decent jobs. You know, they might might start at maybe 100,000, 50,000 and move up. They get these careers. Before you know it, you know, they bringing in 150,000, maybe even 200,000. But a lot of them don't have no man, because as soon as they get a brother that might be making 60,000, they're gonna always look down on this man. They're gonna always remind this man that you ain't shit, nigga. I got more, and then he winds up getting tired of this shit and he leaves. So it goes back to you, Jake woman. You Jake women are the fucking problem. Now, I dealt with a chick that this is when I was in my 20s. I was even engaged with this chick. And she was making more money than me. But you know what she used to do? She used to give me money. She'd give me money when I'm in need. Oh, a gold digger way across town that digs on me. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and I used to say, why you give me money? I got my own. Oh, baby, I want you that. And she would see a nice suit. This is in the 80s. Suit might be $450. She said, I want you to get that. I'm buying that suit for you. You know? And we had a good thing going, you know? But she was definitely making a lot of fucking money. But she had no problem with that back then, back in the 80s. Now, no. Everything will be good. You the perfect man. The perfect man. You just don't make what she make. And if If she's making 150,000, you making 125,000, she's still gonna look down on you and cause you to get out, and then you're gonna wind up getting with what? A white girl, like the Gold Digger, the song. You know? He wind up getting a white girl. So Jake men know, when they meet a Jake woman, they already know her vices, what she's going to do. And there's one woman, I said a word, I said it kind of wrong, and she corrected me. I think I said Korea, and she said Kyria, whatever. And it turned me, because she was trying to talk to me, and it turned me to fuck off. I said, who the fuck is you, my grandmother? My grandmother used to fucking, no, you don't pronounce it that way. Bitch, don't worry about how I pronounce it, man. And it completely turned me to fuck off. Because it goes back to, I'm over you, I got more education than you, nigga, so I can tell you what to do. So that's all going to change when the kingdom come. And part of breaking down the kingdom, see, GMS, we say that you can get your Edomite because that's the first sign of a failing empire is when the enemy takes your woman. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger said that. Defeat the enemy, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their woman. The lamentation of their woman is when we getting ready to get into them. That's in the law. That's in Deuteronomy 21:10. When they took over the people of that's matter of fact, that's in let me go to that. That's in Numbers 31. 9 out of 10 Edomite women, maybe 8, had relationships with Jake men. The other 2, they fantasize about having relations with Jake men. And I know that for a fact. Okay, let me do this. Okay, these are the Medes, the Midianites, right? Israelite men took the Midianites down. Okay, let me come right over here. So you can have women of the other nations and they can be your wives, meaning a lower class wife, a concubine. The word wife, go back to the Hebrew, the word means woman. Whether she's a concubine or not, she's still your property, a lower level wife. And the children of Israel took all the women, the Midian captives, and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flock, and all their goods. And they burnt all the cities wherein they dwelt, and their goodly castles with fire, and they took the spoils. Let me get right to the point. And they brought the captives and the prey, right, which is a spoil, the congregation of the children of Israel unto the camp of the plains of Moab. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, which was the son of Aaron, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. So we were taking shit over. The first enemy that we took down and slaughtered were the Canaanites. And Moses was wroth or angry with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? These are Midianites of another heathens. Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the council of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor. So Baal Peor is a god of the Midianites and the Moabites. And to appease that god, you had to have sex in the name of that god. Remember the Israelite man that got stabbed with the javelin. Okay, let me read on. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. So there was a plague on them because they wasn't doing the right thing. And part of what they were doing, they were taking the women that were married. It says, now therefore kill every male among the little ones. The little ones are the kids. We don't need the boys of the Midianites. And kill every woman that have known man by lying with them, because she believes in that God, Baal Peor. But all the women, children, all the girls that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days. Okay, so this is what I want. Why they say kill all the men, kill all the married women, kill all the boys, but save the women children, the girls. Let's do this. 18 verse. And I'm going to go into the Bible Hub, the commentary. 18 verse. So when a guy jump up, talking about GMS be teaching you get Edomite. We all gonna get Edomite women in the kingdom. If you can get them now, get them now. But you got to be careful. But you got to be careful with the Jake woman. The Jake woman will kill you as fast as an Edomite woman will kill you. Well, they got demons on. Well, they are demons, but the black woman got demons on them, so they're demons too. Only young girls who are virgins may live. You may keep them for yourselves. These are the men. So what do you think that they did with them? Let me go. Let's see what the commentary has to say. Commentary. Where you at? Okay. Not too much said about this, see? Where's Cambridge at? Okay, ain't saying too much about this. Pulpit commentary. Let's see what they say. I.e., for domestic slaves in the first instance. No, they didn't say save the little ones so they can clean your house. No, it was for sexual purposes. Subsequently, no doubt, many of them became inferior wives. Okay, boom. Give it up to pulpit commentary. Became inferior wives, meaning concubines of their masters. Who's the masters? The Israelite men, the military that took them. Or were married to their sons. Well, that's true too. Married to their sons. They can either take them or they can give them away to their sons. Because you didn't go out and look for a woman when you hit a certain age. You know, when you were in, elementary school, when you was in when you were 11, 12, that's when you started looking for the little girls in your class, walk them home and get a little kiss from them, smack them on the ass, and all that stuff. You did that, you were building them skills up. Infants were probably put to death with their mothers. It doesn't say that, but it says young girls. In the NLT, it says virgin, right? Let me read that again. Pulpit was on point. It said, keep alive for yourselves, i.e., for domestic slaves in the first instance, which you can do. Subsequently, no doubt, many of them became inferior wives, concubines. So could Israel have concubines? Yes. Of their masters, we are the masters, or were married, or were married to their sons, or give them away to their sons. Now you can have a son that might be 10. You might have a Midianite little girl that's like 10, and you have them living to the side, and when the son turns 12, the little girl turns 12, you can say, well, son, this is for you. You didn't have to go out looking for no girls. Your father arranged the fact that you got women, and the women were trained to serve the man. This is why you black women are out of order too, because you're not trained to serve. Because you're just like your mother. Your mother was a hoe and you a hoe. It says infants were probably put to death with their wives. Let's see. So they were right. Pulpit was right. Let me see. Okay, Ellicott commentary. Keep alive for yourselves. The Israelites were allowed to make slaves of their captives. And what did Esau do with their slaves, their women slaves? They popped them, right? Shortly after the capture of these Midianite women, and it may be as rising out of it, the law concerning marriage. Woo! Ellicott got it right. Marriage with captives was enacted, which is what? Deuteronomy 21, 10 to 14. When you go forth to war, it says you take the woman 30 days or a month. She pares her nails, her hair, and you go in unto her. So Moses is just reminding them of the law. He said, kill those women that are married. Because you killed the men, so you can deal with the woman now because the man is dead, so it's not adultery. But they believed in Baal Peor. So these little girls that were like 8 years old, they didn't know nothing about that. So you can train them in other words, they in essence became Israelites, but they really wasn't Israelites. Let me see. Now Burns says cause to commit trespass. More literally, became to the children of Israel for a cause. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Not known a man. Leviticus 18 and 22. You shall not lay with mankind as with womankind. Keep alive for yourself, either to sell them as slaves to others, or to use them as servants to yourself, or to marry them. Matthew Poole's commentary is correct. To marry them when you have prepared and instruct. Ooh, that's why they said kill the wives, because these little girls, 7, 8 years old, you don't go in unto them. You take care of them, and you teach them about the Most High and Yahweh, about Yahweh and the laws and so forth. You show them certain. You have other women, maybe the woman of the house, trains the girls, or whatever the case may be. Then when she becomes a woman, a young woman, 12 years old, 13 years old, you can go in unto them, or you can give them away to your sons. Gill's exposition of the entire Bible. Let's see what they say. But all the women, children, the females among the little ones that have not known a man by lying with him, which might be pretty clear and easily concluded from their age, meaning they are pre-pubescent. Keep for yourself either to be Matthew Poole or Poole, however you say it. It says, keep for yourself either to be handmaids. Handmaids. There was a movie, Handmaid's Tale. What'd you do to your handmaids? You had sex with them. You had children with them. It's not Hagar, a handmaid. Did not Sarah offered her female servant to Abraham to have children in the name of Abraham and Sarah to them, or to be married among them when grown up, when they reach puberty and become proselytes and initiated into their religion. But they're not Israelites. They don't become Israelites. Now the sons and the daughters that they have are Israelites, but they're not Israelites. Geneva Study Bible. But all the women, children that have not known a man by laying with him, keep alive for yourselves. This is why Bishop Nate, goes to the Bible Hub, because he's been watching. He said, Darby going in. I'm going to start using it too. Start using the blue letter, my man. All right, we don't got to read no more. Most of them said pretty much what I thought they were going to say. They said to pop them. Be your secondary wives, your concubines. Same here. And they even cite a law. Anyway, like I said, I was gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me leave you with Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Come back to the Apocrypha. Okay, give me a second. Wisdom of Solomon 2. All right, let me just do this. Then I'm going to close. I'll read some of it. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. That's us, poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow among Israel, right? Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. That's in Deuteronomy 28. They shall not regard the young or the old. Let our strength be the law of justice, meaning their justice, or just us. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. We are under this man for a reason, because we broke the laws of the Most High. Because he is not for our turn. Therefore, let us lay wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He's not here to help us. When we go on the highways and the byways, when we do these videos, when we talk about Esau going to captivity, that right there proves we're not for his turn. We're not helping him. We can't wait till this devil go down. And we ain't wait no fucking 1,000 years, man. That's why this guy's kingdom is going down. Or we can be here for the next 1,000 years. If anybody in GMS would have made a statement like that, he would have been questioned. He would have been cornered and questioned, man. It says, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Right. Anything this Edomite does, we're against it. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Right, because Jake, this demon, Obama, he tried to push that happy stuff in the black church, and the black church wasn't having it. As wicked as they are, and they do have happyism in the church, but they do it behind. They ain't gonna do it openly. Obama wanted it to be done openly. And we know about Obama. We know about Obama, right? We know about Obama and Michelle. And what is this? Objecteth to our infamy, the transgression of our education, indoctrination. That's why you got Jakes. They'll say, well, being an Israelite is a white man's religion. See, you Hebrew Israelites, you're really Christians that think you Israelites, but you ain't Israelites. He been indoctrinated into that crap. So you can't help a nigga like that. It says, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. And they're offended at that. They call that anti-simp. They call it anti-simp because we're telling the truth. Galatians 4:16. What did Paul say? Am I become your enemy because I give you the truth? So how are you going to be called, how in the hell are you going to be called anti-simp when you are the people? They don't see it that way. They're trying to keep that lie going for as long as they can. And it's wearing thin. He was made to reprove our thoughts, and that's what we do. Fifteen verse. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We're different from Jay. Not like us. Remember Kendrick Lamar? He said they're not like us. And that was a diss to Drake. Now, they say Drake is a small head. Jake ain't no small head. Drake is a Jake. I didn't think it was going to come out. Drake is a Jake. That's a t-shirt. Drake is a Jake. Now, he might pass for Edomite, because his mother's a small hat, but his father's Jake. And there ain't no such thing as a half-breed. I remember General Yohana said, you guys are a half-breed. There's no such thing as no half-breeds. You are what your father is. I mentioned the Midianite, the girls, take the girls for yourself, Numbers 31. If you have children, they're not half Israelites and half Midianites. They're 100% Midianites. They're what do you call that? What do you call it? The face. What the hell do you call that? The facial features. Phenotype. Phenotype might be a little bit different. But But then the people in that region, we pretty much all look the same. That's why you got Arabs that can pass for Mexicans, pass for Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, because the Latin tribes, they came from the Middle East. You got a lot of these Arabs that marry these Latin tribes because they look Latin. I mean, they look Arab. They look Middle Eastern. This guy in the movie 300, the guy that played Xerxes, that he's a Brazilian actor, so he's would be considered Latino, and he played a Persian. Because the people that put that movie together, they knew that the Persians were darker hue. They wasn't white people, man. And they knew that the Spartans were Israelites. That's why all the men had bushy long beards. They have stringy long beards. They have bushy beards. So they were kind of giving you a hint, yeah, these are Jake. So they should have been all Jake actors that played King Leonidas in the 300. They should have been all Jakes. And I believe the part where he said, "This is Sparta," and kicked the guy, that was a Jake, an actual black actor, which represented the Persians at that particular time. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was an ambassador for the Persians. So they knew. It says, "We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father." And that represents us. Let's read that again. "We are esteemed of him as counterfeit. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness." So their ways are filthy. And that's why Uganda didn't accept that offer from Kamala. And Kamala, she a Jake. She a Jake, they're trying to say she's Indian, this, that, and the third. She's just a out of control Jake woman. Because her father goes back to Benjamin, right? Even though he got Irish in him. It said he pronounces I seen her dance. She danced like a Jake. She a Jake. He pronounces the end of the just. What's the end of the just? That we disappear one day. So they can keep going with the kingdom as long as we're on the bottom or gone. But we're going to be here. We're here for a reason. We're the new owners of this planet, of the just, which are us, to be blessed and make it his boast that the Most High is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. Let us see if his words are true. You know what they do? Every time we do a video, every time we go into the scriptures, anytime we say something's going to happen, the fact that we're speaking about the MOTB, which is the number one camp that teaches that, are the men of GMS. Some other camps don't teach that. Sakari knows it in Genesis, but they don't teach it. They don't push that. We push it. You're always going to hear a video about the MO. I'm speaking about the MOTB right now. Them other camps don't push that because the majority of them don't believe it. Now, if all the One West camps said the MOTB is a micro C-hip, all these other duplicate camps that say they would teach the same thing. But they said, GMS said it, we ain't following GMS. So keep that same energy, man. Tell your people to go ahead and take it. And I want to see the face. I want to see the face of Nate and Johanna when they make that breaking news and they say it's mandatory that you got it. I'm going to see what they're going to say. And if they say, go ahead and take it, don't listen to GMS, then guess what? They sold out. We don't need no more proof. They sold the fuck out. It says, let us see if his words be true. Let's see if the end is going to come. Let's see if we're going to get the kingdom. Let's see if we're going into captivity. Let's see if UFOs are going to invade this place. And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man, which are Israelites, be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. You guys are the enemies. The Most High is going to deliver us from the hand of the enemies during the time of Jacob's trouble. Let us examine him. There's nothing that thou art wiser than Daniel. There's nothing that they can hide from thee. Your level of technology is on a high level. With the spitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. The scriptures speak about enduring to the end. The ultimate example of patience is when the chip comes. Revelation 3 verse 10. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. See, when you put us to death, we go right into the spiritual realm. And we're coming right back. Everybody that dies in this truth, you're coming right back. Every Israelite that dies and that's not in this truth, they're coming right back in the kingdom. But there's going to be an order in the kingdom. There's going to be throne. Throne number 1 goes to Peter, throne, which is David. Peter and David are the same people. Christians don't understand that because they can't fathom in their brain reincarnation. Reincarnation is not Christian. It says such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. Is not this man blinded? As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. What's the wages of righteousness? The kingdom. Nor discern a reward for blameless souls. What made us blameless? The Most High. It is the gift of the Most High, least any man should boast. So you got IUIC. They're clearly going, the Most High going to break up the IUIC. Because you got to keep the laws, sister. You got to keep the laws. That's the only way you can make it. And then they'll use Matthew 19, starting about the 16th verse, about the rich man. See, the rich man said he kept the laws, so he going to go in the kingdom. Nope. If the kingdom come that day, the rich man wouldn't make it. Because remember what he said. The Lord said, you lack in one thing. Give that thou have to the poor. So Nate is the rich man. Nate think he gonna get by to keeping the laws, which he don't even know the laws. He knows one law, fringes. That's the only law he knows. You got to wear the fringes, brother, keep the laws. Name me 3 laws. Fringes. Give me another word. Fringes. It says, so you better hope, you better hope a GMS brother, a school GMS brother, a rooted GMS brother don't walk by and you start talking shit to him, because he's going to make you look stupid. First thing he might ask you, okay, you guys keep the, yes, we keep the laws. See, I got the fringes on and I'll keep the laws. Okay, when does the Sabbath come in? Friday, Sunday, or Saturday? Prove it. They're going to be going in and ding, 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 doom, 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 doom. They're going to tell you some shit and then nope, you didn't prove a goddamn thing. How the hell can you keep the laws when you don't even keep the Sabbath? You're going to celebrate the Passover on a new moon, which is celebration of the Passover comes on a full moon. 14 days from the new moon, which is a dark moon. So how you, like I said, you only know one law. That's the fringes. For the Most High created man to be immortal. What does that mean, to not die? Hey, Al-Azhar said we are going to die. The scripture said we're not going to die. and made him to be an image of his own eternity. We are formed in the image and the order of the Most High. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, you got the spiritual demon Satan, you got the physical counterpart of Satan, came death into the world. Who's the first murderer? Cain. That's the father, the forefather of Esau. And they that do hold of his side do find it. Let me give you one more. Let's go to the 5th chapter. We're going to read part of it, not the whole thing. Please bear with me. Read some of it. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. So when we go out on the highways and the byways, that they lose sleep over that. When we put these videos up, that's why Christians roll up on us. What about the Gentiles? We're the Gentiles, and Gentiles can be saved. Telling those Gentiles that's going to receive salvation are Israelites. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. That's when the ships come and deliver the elect of Israel. That's also mentioned. It's mentioned throughout the Bible, but it's also mentioned in what comes to mind is Revelation chapter 11. It said our enemies are going to behold us. So, the ones of you that have endured to the end, you're going to be delivered if you're one of the elect. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next shalom.